So excited that you're here and ready to put in your application. I wanted to give a step-by-step how to exactly put in your application. So I will just share my screen and we can get started. Okay, so when you reach out to me or I reach out to you, I will typically send an email with a list of docs needed and a link to put in your application. And that link is going to take you to this web page. And from here, you're just going to press apply. And I already have my email put in here, so I'm just going to start like this anyway. So since I already have created an account in here with this email address, it's gonna do this. But for your sake, if you're new, you haven't been logged in before, it would just ask you to create a password at this point. So from here, I'm just gonna say send code. Maybe I'll put that just in case, but and here is my code 335710. We're going to put that in and verify code. Okay, here we are. So I'm just going to go on ahead and go here and press continue for the loan application part. If you're logging in for the first time, it's just going to automatically show up like this screen right here. So no need to worry. First, last name, and now we're going to go down to the social security number. So typically this is already going to be in here from when you created your account. So you just kind of go down to your social security, and I'm just going to put in 000. And there's kind of a lag on here. I'm not really quite sure why, but you just kind of have to be patient with it. I'm just going to put a random birth date in here. Hopefully, there we go. Put just this for our social security, US citizen. So here, this is where you put if you're a permanent resident alien, non-permanent. So just click whichever best suits you. Are you in the military? Yes or no? And then your preferred language, save and continue. From here, married, separated, unmarried, how many dependents you have, save and continue. Now your current street address, so you're going to put your current address, a physical address, not a PO box. Not sure why it has the PO box option here, but make sure you do your physical address. So I'm just going to say 123. Oh, there is a little bit of a lag, so like I said, just be patient. If it's kind of giving you a lag like that. So put just home street, something random. I'm going to do Reno, Nevada, because that's where I'm at right now. 89506 will work. Is this your current mailing address? Sure. And then how long have you lived here? So I'll put 3. And maybe 3 months, 3 years, 3 months, save and continue. And then you're going to say if you're employed, are you self-employed, yes or no. Then you can, from here, you can add your employment. So you can say your employer's name. I'm going to go ahead and say Annie Mac. I'm going to just leave this blank. A lot of times I can look up your work's physical address if you don't want to put that in, or it's just kind of a hassle for you. I can even look up phone numbers. So your position, I can look that up as well. But if you want to put that in there, go ahead. Start date is very important, so make sure you have this in here. So for me, I'm just going to put 01/01, let's say 2020. This is my current employer, how much you make in tax. So you could put in how much you make, or you can leave this blank because I'm going to look at your pay stubs anyway. So not a big deal. And do you receive any additional monthly income from this position? Yes or no? So we'll just go ahead and put no. And then let's just, if you have another employment, so say you have a second job, you would go ahead and do that here. If not, you're going to press save and continue. Oh, so I'm employed by a business. I guess it does make you put this. So you can just make something up too if you wanted. 1, 2, 3, city, say Reno, Nevada, 6. And this is good for you to know too. So you do need to put in your income, and you can just guess, right? Like 2,300 a month or however much it is. But this is good as well because this is showing you that there are those hard stops. You can put something in there. It's not the end of the world if it's wrong because I can fix it. So no worries there. So this is add another income, another source of income. So this would be something like Social Security, child support, military pay, things like that. So if you had that, you would add your income source here. So I'm just going to say I don't have any additional income, and now it'll take us here to this part. So you will put what all of the great things of what race you are, ethnicity, gender. You can also put, I don't want to answer this if you wish not to. Save and continue, and then you'll review it. Yeah, great, cool. So now this is where you would put a co-borrower in. Now I'm just going to leave this blank. It's basically if you would put get started, it's going to be the exact same thing. So if you are going to have a co-signer, go ahead and do that. If not, you would put I don't have a co-borrower. So now we're going to go to our financial situation. So any real estate. So I'm going to say maybe I rent, and my rent, let's say my rent is $750 a month, and I don't own any real estate. So you would just click whichever one's here. If it was owned, you would say how much your mortgage is and that current address. So no big deal. Help us understand your finances. So this is where you would put in your bank statements, things like that. You don't really necessarily have to put this in. You could put I don't have any, and I could put them in for you, but it's probably best if you do put at least something in. It doesn't have to be, 100% correct. Let's say you have 25,000 in the bank, right? And now we'll go to save and continue. Are you going to use a gift? So this would be if you're getting a gift from a family member for your down payment. Maybe you're going to use down payment assistance. Again, you don't have to put that in right now. I can go in and do that myself. This is typically something too that we don't know until later. So no big deal, right? Let's just say I don't have any gifts or grants, and we'll just keep going. Assets, this would be, real estate, cars, things like that. We don't necessarily need this. Again, if it does turn into something that we do need, we can do that later. So I would suggest putting, I don't have any other assets for now. Liabilities, this is something that's not going to show up in a credit report. So like maybe child support, alimony, things like that. You would want to disclose that here. So I'm going to say I don't have any other liabilities. So yeah, this is just, now we're going to review everything. Yep, good. Continue. Now, tell us about your loan. So are you purchasing or refinancing? We'll put purchase, estimated purchase price. You can just throw a number in there because I'm going to change that depending on what you're qualified for. Your down payment, you can just use a percent, or you can put the amount. So let's say I wanted to put 10% down. Put that in there. And again, I can change all this, and it most likely will change. So don't worry, not a big deal. So let's just put we're going to use retirement funds, something like that. And I'm a first time home buyer. Now property type, let's say we'll just put single family, primary residence. So I'm licensed in Nevada and California, but I can lend on almost any state. I would just have to refer it once it's in escrow. So what I tell people, if say they're wanting to buy in Idaho, Texas, somewhere I'm not licensed, just click one of these, and as soon as it's in escrow and I refer to somebody who is licensed in that state, they'll put in the address that correct address. So we're going to say Nevada, save and continue. Continue. We're almost done. Now, these are the declaration questions that we are required to ask, so please answer them honestly. So it'd be, do you want to occupy the property as your primary residence? Yes. Have you had ownership in another property in the last 3 years? No. Do you have family? Do you have a family relationship or business affiliation with the seller of the property? No. Are you borrowing money for this real estate transaction? No. If you do later on, we'll change it. No big deal. Have you or will you be applying for a mortgage on another property? No. Have you or will you be applying for new credit? No. This is very important. Don't do that later on. Don't go get another credit card and max it out after you're pre-approved. So, will this property be subject to a lien that could take over another mortgage? No. Are you a co-signer on any other debt? We'll say no. Are there any outstanding judgments against you? No. Are you delinquent or default on federal debt? No. No. So we'll just keep doing these. Foreclosures within the last 7 years, pre-foreclosures, sales short, foreclosures, bankruptcies, save and continue. So this is where you will authorize me to pull your credit. I do a soft pull at first, so it's not a hard hit at the beginning. So just keep that in mind. Save and continue. We'll need your consent on a few things. So e-consent, I confirm and authorize. So this is just saying that you e-consent so you can e-sign a lot of docs, and it makes things so much easier. How'd you hear about us? So you would just say whoever it is, let's say family. And so you would review it. Yep, great, good, continue. And so now you're done. And now you click submit. And I will get a notification that you've completed your loan application and it's ready for me to review, which is so exciting. And another thing, so now these are tasks. So this is going to say different things for you to upload. And you can go in here. So like your pay stubs, we'll need a consecutive last 30 days of your pay stubs. And you can upload them right here, which is super easy. Another thing you can do, you can email them to me directly, or you can send them to me through a text message. I have a specific text number that it goes directly to my email. So it's super secure. That text basically works as a fax. So super cool if that's an easier way for you to do that as well. Not a big deal. So there's that. This is where you could upload your docs if you wanted to do it this way. You can look at docs in your loan application. And here is a pretty fun tool, which is the calculator. So you can put in like a home purchase price down payment, and it'll tell you about what your monthly payment will be. So a fun tool to come in here and play with. It's great. It's super, super fun and just a good tool to have. So that is it. That is the loan application in its fullest. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, text, call, email, anything, all of it. Super, super excited to work with you. I hope this is helpful. And I can't wait for us all to get started.